Boom. Now, oh my gosh. All right. I was just waiting for Clevelandian to give me the actual correct version. I'm going to enter this, but I expect that it's not going to work because you didn't put numbers in front of the thing. But let's check it out and see if the computer's smart enough to figure that out. It is not. Okay, so I'm going to keep this here. I'm not going to read the chat. I'm just going to enter all of this in. Let's see what we got going on here. We got some sort of Benko going on with A4. And after this, knight to C3. Here we got E4 coming up. And then he takes E5. I'm excited. D4. Takes D5. Whoa, wait, is this real? Oh my god, this is awesome. What? So this is kind of for black, I guess. Oh my god. It's the square. The infinite pawn cube variation. Look at that. Wow. Let's run it back. Let's run it back. How did we get here? Okay, so it's there. And if your opponent plays A4, you get very excited. You get very, very, very excited because you are on the verge of cubifying. You just got to take here. Then you have to still hope for E5. This is amazing. And I guess that this is good for black, right? Queen E2 is coming, but you have bishop E6. Good for black? That is, I mean, nah. Perfect. And it's not even good, but maybe it is. Nobody knows. Computers have no idea. Shock the computer with this amazing infinite pawn cube variation. This will never happen, but we can make it happen because people are watching. Bishop takes C4, best move. Okay. All right. Anybody want to game this out? Before I even understand this position, does anybody want to do this? Yeah, this obviously requires a lot more. This requires a lot more study. But you know what? I just want to play it. I just want to play it because that is actually crazy. This is legitimately one of the craziest positions that I've ever seen. And I just want to play it. And I want to figure out the details as I go. Ivanchuk student. Okay, here we go. 3-minute games against Ivanchuk students. I don't know if Ivanchuk prepared you for this one, but here we go. This is this amazing variation. So thank you to Clevelandian for sharing this with us. But let's play a little Benko Gambit. And if you play the A4 variation, I actually have a very cunning move. Let's see if I can remember all this. I play E6 now. You play E4. And this is how you get the cube. So let's go. Now you take me. And I play D5. Look at that. Absolutely amazing. One of the most incredible things I've ever seen. Now my opponent knows the best move is bishop takes C4. But are they willing to pull the trigger and sacrifice a bishop for just some reason? This looks really good for black. Like, I think the computer figures it out. And this is, you know, bad for me somehow because I'm down a piece. But I'll take this. I'll take this in a battle of nobody knows what's going on. This is way easier to play for black. All right. So disagreeing with the computer's assessment. We got some knight b5 action. So I guess he's going to put a bishop here. And he's going to go for this. But I'm not bothered by that one bit. And I have this just cube of greatness. I need to castle. Why don't I just take this pawn, though? Because he goes here. So should I play knight a6, defend the square? Threatening to take the pawn? Or is that a dumb square? Or why don't I just ask you what's up? Actually here, though. I'm just going to ask your knight what's up. Because I still have hopes of taking this back with a queen. I mean, if you go back, I feel bad for you. So you're probably going to take here. But I'm just going to take that back. That's also going to activate some of my pieces. And then the question is, do I ever actually move the cube or do I just keep it there? Oh, he knows one of the main ideas. Unbelievable. All right. We will accept. And still feels good. If the knight goes back and I take back here, this is just tremendous for me. Okay, so he's on the rook. We have to now become a genius. Oh, no. All right, so actually, I didn't see that coming. I lost my cube, and now I'm losing this exchange. I mean, I don't see how I'm going to protect it, so I'm losing this exchange. So I'm going to take this knight. And now I don't have a cube, but I have like a Tetris thing. The problem is I have to pretty much move my queen here. Or no, I don't. I can play here. If he takes my g-pawn, am I out of luck? Well, I'm going to go here. And I'm just going to let him take my g-pawn. This is messy. This is not the prettiest game I've ever played. But that's kind of to be expected because I don't know this opening. And even though we gave this exchange back, we're not too worried. Oh, he lets me get this pawn back. Actually, very kind. So I think we're just going to get to some endgame. He's going to win this guy. We don't care. We're going to go here and here. So we're going to play a peaceful line where we both get to castle. Which is, I guess, kind of a relief. But I did like the idea of a combative early middle game where we were both still uncastled. But now we just need to find some good way of getting the rest of our stuff into the game. So, and then at some point too, we might be the first to get an attack here. Because I guess, what does he do with this knight? I don't know. Like, this must be good for me, but I'm not sure that I want to do that yet. I'll probably bring this guy closer. Will probably be my next idea. I'm going to bring this guy closer. See where the queen goes, and then decide how we want to do this from here. Now the knight's pretty good, defending this guy. This guy is under attack. It feels like the correct course of action would be to double the pawns here. So we'll do it. Whatever. We'll turn this into an endgame. Time is also running low, so let's pick up the pace here just a little bit. My general impression is that this could have been a lot cleaner by both players. But still amazing that this line exists. I guess he has here, after which I guess I'm going to have to play f6, which is dumb, but we'll play it fast. Time to play some fast moves. Fair enough. I'll go here. Now, can I find a great square for you? I don't know. I'm just going to keep you protected. In the event of this, I believe I have the square under plenty of control. I'm assuming he's going to try for this undermining idea at some point. We're at a little bit of a standstill here. Okay. Still not an issue. My idea is to come here now. I've sort of prevented most of the counterplay, I think. And I'm just going to bring my king over, and this should be a win. Looking for brilliancies. Don't see any. I'll play here. I'll go here. And that's the game. So, okay, maybe not the most brilliant game of all time, but definitely interesting, and I do want to learn something about this. Good game. Very good game. And let's actually start by maybe learning some of the theory. Maybe we can turn this into a little bit more of a learning experience from black. Now, I don't know how often you will face a4. Obviously, if you play this, you need to be ready for so many other moves before they play a4. But a4 is some idea. And so I don't know how much this, like, practically actually matters, but I do love these, like, just curiosities. And this is just going to be some amazing position. I should probably do, like, I need to do, like, an I beat Stockfish with this incredible pawn cube variation. I feel like that's where this is headed. I feel like that's where we're headed. This does score incredibly well for black. Because honestly, look how easy it is to play with black. I like the plan my opponent came up with. And I also want to run this on an engine for a really long time to know what's actually happening here. Because I don't think depth 16 is enough to understand this opening. It does feel like white is somehow compelled. This is like the only way you're going to ever get that dude out is to end up taking this. But my opponent came up with knight to b5. And I didn't quite fully comprehend his idea until we got to this position and queen to f3. Which is great. He's actually going to win and exchange back. He also destroyed my cube, which is a little bit like disheartening, just more on an emotional level than an actual concrete level. But this exchange was correct. This is, you know, maybe fine. But then here he did not take. I was obviously expecting for this to happen. And then I didn't know. It's like sometimes you can defend this thing. Sometimes there's things you can do. I assume if you go here, though, immediately, I have here. Or some check first. Maybe queen e7 is even stronger than queen f6 there. But he does want to prioritize castling. I guess he can see in some position like this. You know, what do you do? Wherever you go, you're going to start getting into situations where I'm checking you. And you're going to, I guess D1 is like fine. I would have naturally instinctively said you'd have to go to like here. And then, I don't know. Maybe it's just some crazy unclear endgame. But instead of that, he did allow me to take this with the queen. And here's where I thought things were going to be pretty peaceful, but it ended up being a little bit complicated. I go out here, which is kind of a mistake. I didn't fully even realize that the queen was protecting this knight, to be 100% honest with you. And I realized it now, so I decided I just want to get my thing out, attack the queen. Rook e8 here would have been it looks like a very strong move. Just keep the queen where she's at. Make it hard for me to continue developing. But instead the queen dropped back. We did get this endgame. And we got knight e5, attacking the pawn. And I don't know. I am slightly better, which is half surprising. If here you play bishop to f4, which I kind of saw during the game as an issue. This was a game where I made a move and then I'm like, okay, I realize there's some issues here. The problem is I don't have anywhere like super useful to put my thing, so I'm going to have to play here. Which, I mean, if I'm going to play one of these, I might as well play f6 originally. And then the computer spots that you can actually take this and play f4, which I don't understand, but you just really want to accelerate getting this rook in here. Okay, this is obviously very dangerous. This is going to be a little bit difficult to defend. I guess maybe, I don't know. I don't know if I had to do like this would be kind of horrible. Maybe I have to go for some counterplay. This is going to require a lot of calculating. So this is like a very good active way to play. It would have made it very difficult for me. Instead, the opponent dropped in, probably missing my original move. And here we go. I feel like I got a pretty solid thing going on now. Knight b4 or knight e5. Attacking the rook maybe makes it a little bit easier for me to catch up to this pawn. But my main plan was to catch up to the pawn. I even could have been a little bit more active with my king. Here, b3. I expected this at some moment. I don't know why it's super powerful now. But I expected b3 at some moment to be the way to try to undermine this. Whenever you do it, I have to go here. But why is this super winning for the opponent? Ooh, okay. If you can never... Ooh, we can just take this thing. Wow, okay. So there was obviously some mistakes. This was a very awful game. If you ask a computer. It doesn't like any of these moves. But it's not all about good moves in life. Sometimes it's about having fun. It's about the journey. And I don't know that I will ever use this, but I do feel like I'm a better person knowing that this line does exist. This is absolutely amazing. I know it will probably not actually help anybody in any practical sense. Like you will never get this in any of your games, but it's still fun. I love these little curiosities. So I don't know if this will go on YouTube. Maybe it will. Maybe it will. And if it does, you know, make sure to like and subscribe and stuff.